Okay, Ordinary Mary was so very ordinary that you'd never guess she could change the world. This ordinary kid, she did. She changed the world. One ordinary day, skipping on her way from school to her ordinary house, she passed an ordinary vacant lot with ordinary bushes growing ordinary berries. Well, Ordinary Mary picked those ordinary berries and brought them in a bowl to Mrs. Bishop's porch. This made Mrs. Bishop very, very happy. So she baked a big batch of muffins and gave 5 different people a plate of muffins.
How did 5 people got a plate?
One of those 5 was the paper boy, Billy. When he saw his plate, he quickly parked his bike and ate every crumb.
Yum, yum, yum. I eat every crumb.
And this made him so glad that the next 5 people got their papers on their porch and not in the bushes where he often threw them. One of those 5 was Mr. Stevens, who was so amazed that he smiled for 10 hours straight on the airplane and then offered to help 5 different people lift their heavy bags.
Here, let me help you.
One of those 5 was Maria, whose cranky kids finally stopped crying when Mr. Stevens played peekaboo with them until their ride got there. When he waved goodbye, Maria said,
How strange that a stranger could be so sweet.
and the next day when she was out shopping, once, twice, 5 times, she did something nice for 5 different people. One of those 5 was Joseph, an old man in front of her in line. He said,
I guess I don't have enough money to buy all of these oranges.
Maria put a coin in Joseph's hand and said,
Here, take this. The oranges are on us.
As Joseph shuffled to the bus, his heart was full, and he decided to do helpful things for the next 5 people that he met. One of those 5 was Sarah, a college girl who was off to travel the world. Her bag broke and all of her things fell out.
Here, this is for you.
And he gave her a bag woven with his own hands. When Sarah left, she felt as sunny as noon, and she had to shine on 5 people soon. One of those 5 was Sophia, a woman looking like someone without a friend. Said Sophia, and her beautiful blue eyes shed a tear. She called 5 people to make them happy, too. One of those 5 was Tom, her son, a doctor who was having a hard day. Tom said, and he was so cheered up that he bought 5 balloons for 5 young patients and handed them out. One of those 5 was Peter, a little boy who went home from the hospital that very day. Gratitude for the balloon filled him and thrilled him and spilled out of him and on to the next 5 people who came his way. One of those 5 was Eric, a teenage boy whose grocery sacks and such were way too much. He dropped them on the sidewalk and Peter rushed over. Eric was no longer stressed and was very impressed. He made a mental note that very afternoon to help 5 people and to do it soon. One of those 5 was Di, his sister, who didn't have many friends and was painfully shy. When Eric said,
Hey sis, wanna come to the park and learn how to ride on a skateboard?
she looked at him wide-eyed.
Wow, serious?
And because of her brother, Di decided that she could be a friend to another 5 others. One of those 5 was Lou, a homeless man who lived in the park. He could hardly believe his ears when he heard Di say, Lou was so pleased that he decided that even though he had nothing, he would find 5 others and give them something. One of those 5 was Mr. Taylor, who lost his wallet in the park. Lou found it full of 5s and 10s and 20s. Oh, what he could do with all that money. But instead, he found his name and called his home. He was so impressed with his honesty that Mr. Taylor offered him a job in his store.
And I got to do something nice for 5 people in the morning.
One of those 5 was Kate, a woman on vacation who wanted to see a play that was quite a sensation.
Oh no, it's so bad.
her face filled with sorrow until Mr. Taylor offered her his ticket.
Here, take mine. I live around here and I can see the show.
Kate loved the show and was so touched that,
I got 5 presents for 5 people back home.
and one of those 5 presents was a little heart necklace for her niece, Mary. You should have seen her eyes light up in surprise. Yes, Mary, ordinary Mary. Her extraordinary deed had come full circle, and on its way it had changed lives. You see, when Mrs. Bishop made muffins from Mary's blueberries, not only did she make them for the paper boy Billy, but also for 4 other people. This made 5 people smile, and 5 did after that, and so on and so on. And after a while, in only 15 days, love was sent to everyone everywhere.